everyone, Kane from VividChim here, and I just watched EA Play, and my god, what a waste of time that show was. EA Play, or as it was referred to this year, EA Play Live, is the annual show that Electronic Arts puts on to showcase some of the newest games. It's basically their E3 show, but they're not technically part of E3 anymore, even though they do the same show every year around the time of E3, and even though it was cancelled this year and is slightly later, it's still around the same time. So it's their E3 show for all intents and purposes, but they go through all the big releases they have coming up. Oh well, they usually do, because this year's EA Play was entirely pointless. There was not really anything big. There was two major things, I guess, but even they weren't quite what they should have been or could have been. Basically, there's only one reason the show needed to exist, and we'll get onto that. But for the most part, completely pointless show, complete waste of your time. But let's go through everything that happened. We're gonna have the full list here of everything that happened, and I can discuss each part and tell you how pointless this show was, so you can basically understand the pain that I went through. We're gonna start with Apex Legends. That's heading to Switch, so that's an announcement for you. It's also heading to Steam and is getting crossplay support, so that's big if you like Apex Legends. You know, crossplay on these competitive games is a bit of a weird one. A lot of people are against it, but in the general populace, I think it's a good thing, being able to play with people on different systems and not being kind of cornered into getting a certain system just because that's the one to play with your friends. I think that's good for the general populace of gamers. So I'm okay with seeing crossplay become a more regular thing, and a Switch release, whilst I don't know how that's going to work or how well it's going to run, that's whatever. Not for me to say, but Steam. Steam's big. EA have come back to Steam recently. They could have saved all of that for this show and given us a reason to watch it, but they announced it all beforehand, and all of the games they announced coming to Steam during the show were announced prior to it anyway, I believe. I think I saw Apex on there. I know I saw one of them at least, and that's the next one we have on our list, which was The Sims. Now, I cannot stand The Sims at EA conferences. They are just filler. It's either one of their overpriced DLCs, which costs the better part of a full fucking AAA game, or it's just a promo package. And this year, we didn't get a DLC, we got a promo package. The promo package was nice, admittedly. It's all about the inclusivity of the game, so I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, most conferences tend to have one about it. It's important. The show started off with a very nice speech, by the way, about Black Lives Matter and all of that stuff going on right now. So that was quite nice to see that, and EA addressing it. EA came across as a very nice company during this. And The Sims as a tool for people to feel welcome and have their own space, you know, to be themselves and express themselves. That's a very good use of The Sims. However, when you could line it up with the rest of the show, it just seemed like they put it in there to make up the time, if you know what I mean. It wasn't anything special, and they announced it's on Steam now with all its overpriced DLC, and yeah, it's just like, great. You announced this before the show. The only reason it's here is because you needed the time. Next up, we had It Takes Two, which is an announcement from Josef Fares of Hazelight. Josef Fares obviously did Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, and also A Way Out. So yeah, that's the next game for him. It's also a co-op action-adventure platformer. Apparently it'll blow your fucking mind away, according to him. Not sure if that's true or not, but it's scheduled to be released in 2021. Then we had Zoink Games announcing Lost in Random as part of the EA Originals. That was an interesting one. It gave me very like Tim Burton vibes, and you have like a sidekick dice called Dicey. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this one. I'd have to see a bit more of it. I wasn't entirely impressed by it. Overall, I thought it was kind of a bit of a letdown of a trailer, though it was nice to see some gameplay apparently. But yeah, that wasn't too bad overall. Next up we had Rocket Arena, which was basically if you took every popular game right now and added rocket launchers to the mix. It's hero-based, it's three-person squads like Apex, it looks a bit like Fortnite. The goal is to kind of knock people out of the arena, similar to like a Smash Brothers. And yeah, you just shoot rockets at it. It looks unique, I guess, because it mixes everything together, and the whole you're knocking them out of an arena as opposed to killing them is quite a unique version of that competitive mechanic. But honestly, I don't think this game is going to be very well received. I don't think it's going to stand out very well. It's announced it's going to have seasons, because every game needs seasons now. A bunch of cosmetics they announced during this trailer or preview. I think this is going to just die a death and is immediately going to be abandoned, quite frankly. It didn't look very impressive, though it seemed a bit interesting if nothing else. But I wouldn't be too shocked if we didn't see much of this game for very long after July 14th when it releases. Next we had the Star Wars Squadrons gameplay reveal, the reason that I came and watched this, and honestly it was kind of pointless. They could have just showed this instead of the trailer, quite frankly, or after the trailer for that matter. It was, yeah, I mean, it's essentially the classic Battlefront 2 mode in terms of its multiplayer mode, fleet battles. The classic Battlefront 2 space mode, where you would fly around and break down the ships systematically whilst flying around in yours and doing dogfights. That's what it seems like in fleet battles, though a bit more phased out in structure instead of constantly ongoing. So I don't know how it's going to play. We got a bit of gameplay, though I would have liked it to be uncut gameplay. It was very much a cut down system, so it was like showing us, here's a clip, here's a clip, here's a clip, we're going to talk over the top, we're going to explain a little bit here and there, and it wasn't exactly bad, but I just wish they went, okay, we're going to show you a mission, or we're going to show you a multiplayer game, and this is one multiplayer game, but we're going to cut back and forth between people playing it. I think that would have been a lot more interesting as a consumer, to me at least, because a lot of consumers, they probably aren't gonna care too much about the breakdown, you know what I mean? Like, it was nice to see all the different classes of ships. It seems to be that it's not going to be any microtransactions at all. They seem to be hammering that home because it's a Star Wars game and they don't want to get murdered. I'm going to get it when it comes out on October 2nd, but yeah, there was very little new information that we saw, honestly. I think the trailer basically gave us a good idea about what this game was going to be, and this breakdown didn't really add anything new to that mix other than some footage that we can show you and that I might be showing you over the top right now. Next up, we had Madden 21 and FIFA 21 at the same time, which is very unusual. They don't tend to do that. They usually just try and give us a look at the games, and quite frankly, the look that we got was fucking nothing. I don't like Madden and FIFA being shown at these because they always mess it up. They always show FIFA in America where nobody cares yet, and they show Madden in the UK where nobody cares yet. For some reason, they can't wrap their heads around it, so they apparently have been listening to me and have decided to just not show us either of them at all. Like, we got some clips that might have not even been gameplay and probably weren't. We didn't get to see any new features for that matter. It didn't look like there was anyway. If so, I missed it entirely. And yeah, it was kind of a nothing trailer and just a bit of a damp squib on it. And then following this, we had a next-gen showreel which teased Dragon Age, Battlefield, Need for Speed, and a bunch of other stuff as well. And honestly, that's cool, I guess, showing us some of your next-gen tech, but at the same time, it would have been nice to see something have a bit more of a grounded and like, this is what's coming. But, you know, I'm guessing it's quite early on for them to start announcing stuff, but we do know Dragon Age is happening, so it was weird for them not to do any of that and just show kind of like little glimpses of it instead of being like, hey, by the way, this is what we're working on right now for Dragon Age and this is what it could look like. You know, I think that could be a lot more engaging than just we're going to talk about some tech right now and we're going to sprinkle in some clips. And then to wrap it up, this was the big reveal of the night. There is a new Skate game happening. Is it Skate 4? We don't know. There's an Untitled Skate game in the works, which is very concerning because I have a sneaking suspicion it will not be Skate 4 and will indeed be just Skate Mobile or something like that. But who knows, hopefully it is Skate 4. Is it a bit late for it? I don't know. The meme kind of died and then came back and then kind of died again. So I'm not entirely sure whether it's going to be a big thing or not, but I can only hope that it is. But yeah, honestly, that was the biggest reveal, just saying, hey, we're working on something skate related. By the way, it's not Skate 4 maybe. That was the biggest reveal. This entire show was pointless. It was a fucking useless show, quite frankly. It was a waste of my time, and I say that having watched for 2 hours of the PC gaming show. This was the worst show of the year, in my opinion. There was no reason to watch this, including the main reason I wanted to watch it, being the Star Wars Squadrons gameplay. There was nothing that you got out of this. So there we are. That was EA. Still useless as always. We'll be back with Night City Wire, which is the next one that we're going to be doing. So thank you all, and I'll see you then. Goodbye, everyone.